Tonight we celebrate 20 years of lacrosse at Bella Vista High School, and the centerpiece around this celebration is the Lady Broncos home opener against one of the best girls lacrosse programs in the area. Both BV and Christian Brothers come into this game undefeated, well, having played just one game. They both won their season openers on Monday. Christian Brothers has been a local powerhouse for a few years. The Broncos took major strides, reaching that level last year with what is believed to be the best season in the 20-year history of the program. They went 11-5, 2-3 in what was then called the Delta League. The 11 wins represents the most wins ever in a season for Bella Vista's girls team. The fun part for head coach Scott Hackman is there's a good mix of underclassmen contributing last season along with the senior class. We saw the emergence of Julia Thomas, who as a freshman last season led the team in goals with 58. Second in the section only to CB's freshman sensation last year, Quinn McLaughlin, who netted 67, including 8 against the Broncos. And the Broncos' success last year was done for the most part without Regan Silvers, who missed most of the year with an injury. She was their leading scorer in 2023 as a freshman. With a healthy Silvers, Julia Thomas back for her sophomore year, and a lot of experience returning from last year's squad, the Bella Vista Lady Broncos are poised to make some noise in the newly formed Capital Valley Conference for lacrosse, and maybe throughout the section and beyond. It's the Broncos and the Christian Brothers Falcons girls high school lacrosse, and it's coming your way live and next exclusively on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson introducing you to Rachel McKissick from Fair Oaks Lacrosse, a coach at the 12U. You have a 12U program.
Yes.
Rachel is filling in for Aaron Keogh tonight. He has got a very much an excused absence, as his son Max has qualified for the state wrestling tournament, and so hopefully we will hear good things about what is going on in Bakersfield. But Rachel, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And
for
I realize
having me.
I think I misspelled your first name, but that's
No, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
it's E.L.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I didn't then.
You got it.
Well, welcome. We appreciate you stepping in tonight, and
Thank you.
glad to have you along. We're going to watch some high school lacrosse tonight. Look at the Bella Vista Broncos against a local powerhouse. And these teams, when they played last year, it was 8-4 and 8-5. So both of them pretty close. In fact, the game here, Bella Vista got down early. They actually closed it to within 6-5 before Christian Brothers put it away. It was electric here that particular night. When you face up against a team that you know has had your number for a while, and you know is a powerhouse, what's the motivation? What do you as a coach want to tell the team?
I always love to remind the team about what it was like the last time that we played them so that they can get in the proper mindset, so they can be in the moment remembering and thinking about how they want to approach it again. I think it can be incredibly motivating having an experience previously with the team, having an idea of what they do that might push your buttons or drive you crazy and makes you want to come back even stronger and prepared to hit them in the right way.
For Christian Brothers, they are led by their super junior. She was a sophomore. Oh, actually, I have to double check that, but she was something else. Quinn McLaughlin, I should say, led the section with 67 goals. Her parents are both coaches. Her dad is the head coach, and Mom Tasha is one of the assistants. They run the Quinn lacrosse program. Big-time lacrosse family.
Yeah.
And her brother Ryan plays for the boys team. And this is their superstar, and the one that you're probably going to have to key on if you're Bella Vista.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her play.
Also, one to watch out for is Isabella Montenegro, number 26. Quinn McLaughlin is number 10. Those are two that we are going to be watching for. Christian Brothers on Monday, they were at home against Folsom. That game went triple overtime before Christian Brothers netted the game winner. Triple overtime. It was a 10-9 win over Folsom. For Bella Vista, it was a 15-11 win at Wood Creek, and that is an impressive win for BV. number one, they jumped out to a 10-1 lead. Then they started playing younger players. They brought in their backup goalie because that's what you do when you have
Yes,
a 10-1 lead
definitely.
late. It was in the fourth quarter. And then things started coming together for Wood Creek right around that time as well. So they did make it a little bit closer, but still a big win for Bella Vista. And it is believed that, well, Vista del Lago is the team, the favorite to win the Capital Valley Conference, battling for that second automatic bid into the playoffs. Wood Creek, Christian Brothers, and now Bella Vista. So that win over Wood Creek is a big one.
That's a big one. That's so exciting.
So right now they are introducing the players for both of the teams right now, and we will have our national anthem, and we'll get the game underway here. You see the clock up on the top part of the screen, letting us know that we're about 1 minute to go before game time. For the Broncos, by the way, with their win over Wood Creek, Julia Thomas led the way with 6 goals. Regan Silvers added another 5, and then 1 each from Lauren Wan, Presley Rocker Hooper, and Paige Hackman. They started scoring early in that game, and as we mentioned, they built up that big lead and went on to secure the victory. So momentum for both of these teams coming into the action tonight.
And finally, your keepers, number 19, Story Wharton, and 28, L.C. Ballard.
So we are just moments away. The clock is going to. We are watching the clock count down to the very end, and the siren is going to go off, and we're going to get this game underway here in just a few minutes here at Bella Vista High School. The start of the home schedule for the girls lacrosse team, and the teams are making their way onto the field, and we are going to get this one underway here momentarily. So Paige Hackman will get set to battle it out here at the center spot. And the home schedule is underway for Bella Vista. And that's McLaughlin on the control here as Christian Brothers will move the ball. This is going to go out of bounds and head over Bella Vista's way. Now, again, you hear the whistle in girls lacrosse. They're going to keep playing, unlike boys where they'll stop. The only time it will stop on a whistle for the girls is if there is a shot at either the 5 or the 12-meter line. Here's Paige Hackman pushing the ball into the attack zone for Bella Vista. One of the things that we are expecting from Christian Brothers is they will try to triple team Julia Thomas. Out in front, right out in front of the goal. Here's a shot.
Beautiful.
And a score for Bella Vista.
Beautiful stuff. It's so fun to see passes being completed, and with U12 and U10, the last 2 years I did U10, and this is my first year doing U12, you don't see as many completed passes. It's a lot of fun to see actual plays being done and working together. It's beautiful. They really worked nicely on that one. And
Julia Thomas is the one that gets the goal there. That is her 7th of the season. And she just showed everything that she can do. Got the ball and just nice job just cutting right in front there.
And that's so hard to do without shooting illegally through people. Finding those little openings is tough, and she did a beautiful job.
Here come the Broncos. That's Regan Silvers. Good to see her back. And now she's weaving her way. She'll take a shot and a score.
Beautiful.
How about that? So 2 quick goals for the Broncos to get this game underway. We're not even 2 minutes in.
So they're looking great out there. It's so nice to get to an early lead.
Broncos lost 8-5 and 8-4 to Christian Brothers last year. Quinn McLaughlin had 8 goals, 8 of the 16 that they scored.
Wow.
She had half of them, 5 of them in the game here. Got to have the ball just right before they blow the whistle on the draw. Christian Brothers wins this one. That's McLaughlin. Spin it down. Working behind the goal from the X. Looks like we've got a whistle here and a stoppage in play. Referee crossing his arms like that. We have a call here. Shot from, I think, really sharp angle.
Yeah, she's going to have to set herself up for a pass.
It's McLaughlin. They'll work behind the goal again. Christian Brothers on the attack. Good job on the Bella Vista defense.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job keep making sure everyone's covered. You can see they're communicating well.
We think of that. We could look back to that goal that Julia Thomas scored, how she was able to just kind of loop her way right inside and in front of the goal. Bella Vista denying that on the defense.
Yeah, they're doing a good job keeping the pressure on them far from the goal, so it's easier to keep them from getting those good shots right close to the goal.
Bella Vista forcing them out. That's Lucena Castagnola. Now they'll work it over to the right side. There's the first shot of the game. Deflected away. And we've got a whistle.
Yeah, I think that check just got a little away from Christian's brother player.
Christian Brothers defense kind of deflects that away. So Christian Brothers on the attack here. Again, Bella Vista doing a really good job spreading them out. They'll work it from the left. This is McLaughlin. Gets in front. Shot goes wide. Paige Hackman comes up with that for Bella Vista. Broncos on the run. They've already got a 2-0 lead. It's Lauren Wan, number 7, on the JV squad last year. Now here's Hackman at the point. Hackman getting free, looking for it. Able to get the ball back. Right out in front. Here's Lauren Wan. She scored the other night, but Christian Brothers defense closes her off. Silva. Olivia Silva, she's out in front. She'll have an opportunity. We get a whistle. She'll be getting a shot here. Talk, if you will, Rachel, about the shots here that come from either the 5 or the 12-meter line.
Yeah, it's 8 meter.
Or 8 meter, I'm sorry.
No problem. Yeah, the 8 meter, usually when you're set up, oh, beautiful. So if it's within the 8 meter, then they'll put you on the 8 meter for your shot.
So anywhere within there, if you're fouled, you get that. Well, Bella Vista has just scored again.
Otherwise, they push you out to the 12.
I think they're saying that was Olivia Silva that got that goal. And we've got an issue with the clock right now. It says 30 minutes on the clock. And I think that they're going to whistle that down, and we're going to get the whistle, or we'll get the clock figured out. But let's talk about this start for Bella Vista. 3 goals here in the first half of the first quarter. This is a tough team, a team that they have struggled against in the past, and they're making it look easy tonight.
They really are. I think this looks really good for their season. I'm loving the way that they're working together. And one of my favorite things that I've seen is that they set up these great things. They get a good assist, but then maybe they get shut down and they can't make it to the goal. They don't give up. They just keep going and set up something new. Just keep making the shots.
Yeah, we got everything figured out here.
Okay.
And that
so we're really at 6 minutes.
Elise Perkins, the senior, is getting set for the draw against Paige Hackman. Paige Hackman just finished her senior basketball season for Bella Vista. And in the final home game of the year, she did something that she's been waiting her entire basketball career to do. And that was hit a 3-point shot.
Wow.
That was not really her game. She wasn't really the outside shooter. She was a defensive specialist, but she got the 3-pointer to fall, and that brought the house down. Here's Zia Martin and the green shoes. Broncos will bring it back out along the perimeter. 3 different Broncos have scored, which is something I'm sure Scott Hackman just loves.
Yes.
Any coach would love that, right?
Oh, I absolutely love that. I want to see them working as a team more than anything.
Here's Martin. Silva. That must have been Martin that was hit. Silva, no one was really close to her. Or are they going to let Olivia take this? Yeah, Olivia's going to take it.
All right.
Bit of a sharp angle, and sometimes the teams, they'll decide to actually pass it around instead of attack. We'll see what she does. She's coming on goal right out in front.
Beautiful.
And another score for Bella Vista.
Yeah. I know, you have to get those shots off so quickly. You only have a second or two before your defense catches up to you.
That's the second of the game for Olivia Silva, the senior. And Julia Thomas has one. And Regan has one. So that is our scoring breakdown. It looks like we got a timeout here with 4:54 to go in the opening quarter. If you're Christian Brothers right now, what are you telling the team after kind of a start that they probably weren't expecting?
Yeah, I like to usually tell my team to take a few deep breaths to hopefully bring down the strong emotions that they might start feeling as they're feeling frustrated or anxious. I think that helps them to make fewer mistakes and get their head back into the game. And then, of course, give them words of encouragement. They can point to the history that they've had with Bella Vista in the past in which they've been well matched. So.
And probably you want to remind them that it may be 4-0, but this is not insurmountable.
Oh, absolutely. There's still a lot of game left to play.
But can the players get frustrated this early? I suppose they could, especially when you
Well.
see something like this happen.
I guess I should say my experience with 10, 11, and 12-year-olds is yes. Yes, they can get frustrated this early in the game, especially when the goals are that close together.
All right, well, Christian Brothers, we talked about their success. They were 12-4 last year, 7-1. They won the Foothill Valley League last year. And then they reached the first round of the Sac Joaquin section playoffs and actually lost big to the Troubadours of St. Francis, 18-1 in that first round of the Sac Joaquin section playoffs last year. Just under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. And again, I believe it started last year that the girls level started playing quarters instead of halves. So 4 12-minute quarters, just like the boys do. Julia Thomas is going to take this draw against Perkins. Sometimes it takes a while before the referee will blow the whistle on this. I'm going to ask you in a second.
Sure.
What is the referee doing there?
Yeah, you have to make sure that you have the ball nicely positioned between the two and that between the two heads of the sticks. You want to make sure that neither player is pushing it an unfair advantage. It's got to be lined up equal in a straight line before the whistle blows, before they start pulling.
Possession to Christian Brothers.
And it can be a little bit tricky to figure out how to get the right pressure on there to hold the ball in place without starting to pull either too far towards yourself and get it off center.
This one's still in bounds. Reminder also that the football sidelines are not the lacrosse sidelines. It extends a little wider. The lacrosse is, I believe it's the yellow line, correct? Or maybe it's the blue. Actually, I think it's the blue.
The blue.
And it might be hard to see the blue line on your screen, but if you if when you look here you see, boy, it is hard to see that blue line when we look on the screen.
Yeah, you can see the team is standing right behind it.
Yes. So there's two white lines. The one closest to the bench, the blue line, is just in front of that. Broncos have it behind their own net. On the move, here come the Broncos. That was Maisie Hess that was bumped out of bounds. Her number on the roster switched back and forth between 23 and 33 over the last few days. McLaughlin with the ball. There's a whistle. It might have been away. What do we got here? That's going to be possession over to Bella Vista. Here comes Regan Silvers, gliding down the field.
She makes it look effortless.
Silvers right out in front. There's a shot and a save. Nice job. That is Lily Thielen in goal for Christian Brothers. Julia Thomas. And that shot, that looked like that may have deflected off the pipe. And this will go over to Christian Brothers. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Bella Vista off to a great start. McLaughlin. Loose ball, that's Maria Hinton that picks it up for Christian Brothers. Bring it back to Thielen. Audrey Yetter. Now Cassie Dugan. Front. I'm going to say that went off. There were a couple of whistles there. And it's going to go to Bella Vista. Julia Thomas will bring it in. Regan Silvers picks that one up on the move, right down the middle. Regan Silvers weaving her way through, closed off. Now here's Julia. Julia double team, gets through the double team in front. The shot goes over the goal. And on the shot, Zia Martin was closest to the end. That's why Bella Vista keeps possession as the first quarter comes to an end. So we are done with the first 12 minutes of action here at Bella Vista High School, and quite a first quarter for the Broncos. This was really, really impressive. And again, 4 goals, 3 different goal scorers. And I would have to say that after a 15-goal performance on Monday and 4 goals in the first quarter tonight against a powerhouse team, they're off to a good start.
I think so. They're on pace to meet or exceed the number of goals they got in the last game.
And it really seems like Bella Vista's controlled most of the possession here.
Definitely. They seem to be hustling a little bit better than Christian Brothers. They're getting to the ball. When they drop it, they're beating them to pick it up again. That makes such a big difference in lacrosse, being the one to pick it up first. It's a little thing, but it makes a huge difference.
So Bella Vista just, sometimes it's a case of you want it more, and when you're playing a team that has had your number for a couple of years, and you come out and you know that you've got the momentum from the success of last year, you come out here with a lot of confidence. We could beat this team.
Yeah, they certainly seem very confident.
Now the key for Bella Vista is to keep at it. Don't think that just because we dominated them for a quarter that it's going to be easy.
Yeah, I agree. They need to keep putting on the pressure, keep hustling like they've been doing. And I am just loving the way that they've been moving it around the field and getting open for each other, making beautiful passes. So I think they just need to keep up with that, working as a team.
All right. Well, second quarter will get underway. The Broncos got the scoring off early in this one. Within the first couple of minutes, they had 2 goals on the board, goals from Julia Thomas and Regan Silvers. Then a little bit later on, Olivia Silva said, you guys can't score all the goals.
No.
And so she made her case known, and she is actually the leading goal scorer in this game so far for Bella Vista. So, all right, so let's get the second quarter underway. Looks like Paige Hackman is headed out to the center circle. We saw she's taken most of the draws so far. We did see Julia take one of them. Teams will switch sides now. And so Bella Vista will be moving from left to right across your video screen on your chosen preferred device. Glad to have you along here on BV Live Sports. We will have all the girls and boys home games here for you on BV Live Sports. Our next broadcast will be this Friday. The season opener for the boys, they'll be taking on Davis. Paige Hackman picks that one up. Got to have your head on a swivel, especially when the defense gets on you. There's Regan Silvers. They'll spin it back behind. There's Lauren Wan. Had a goal against Wood Creek on Monday. Julia Thomas, 58 last year. By comparison, the top boys scorer for Bella Vista last year, Mateo Polanco, had 54. Broncos will spin it back around. Just kind of taking their time right now, and they can afford to do that with a 4-0 lead. And the ball winds up into the goalie's net for Thielen. I like to refer to that as a fish net.
It definitely looks like that. Just needs a deeper pocket.
We got a break in the action here. It looks like one of the Falcon players is shaken up a little bit. Audrey Yetter. Quite see what happened, but it looks like she's kind of got her hand up. And tapping like the top of her chest a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either, but I would guess that she got her arm hit by the stick just based on how she's holding it, and that is quite painful.
Is it something that probably will wear off?
Yes,
and
yes.
she'll be good to go?
If that's what happens, she'll have a nasty bruise, and it'll be tender, but it will heal just fine.
And she'll be back in action before too long.
Most likely, yes.
Here come the Falcons. That's Sarah Schmidt. Broncos take it away. 1. Broncos will keep possession. Nice move by Lauren Wan. Casey Mosier. And now Perkins has it. Here comes Christian Brothers.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Bella Vista is playing a man down at the moment. Julia Thomas on the side, so this is a good opening for Christian Brothers.
The whistle as the ball came out to Castagnola. Clock continues to run. And now the shot from the front here, deflected away. Elsie Ballard. And here comes Regan Silvers on the move, motoring her way in. Looking to go coast to coast. A little bit of a collision. And it looks like Regan's going to get an opportunity here. When you can move like she does, going in there, being aggressive, and you get the opportunity here. Silvers in, scores.
That's beautiful.
Second goal of the game for Regan Silvers. If my calculations are correct based on my conversation with Scott Hackman earlier, that she should be up to 7 goals on the season already.
Impressive. Well, she certainly knows how to work the whole field herself.
We just saw that. We went coast to coast, got the opportunity.
Yeah.
Her aggressiveness earned her the opportunity to take the shot. Hackman and Perkins. And there's Julia Thomas. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Thomas. Silva. like we're going to get another opportunity from the 8. There's Silva. One goes wide. And the Broncos, they were closest, I believe. No, I guess they're saying Christian Brothers was closest. So they've reversed the call. And a double team here. Dugan trying to get free.
That's a great strategy to force her out of bounds.
And the Broncos take possession. This is Juan. Broncos want to get this upfield or get in position here right out in front. There's a swinging shot and a score.
Wow.
Sidearm shot. Paige Hackman,
she had
her first goal
very
tonight.
little space to work with, and she got it right in the sweet spot. And you do have to be careful. You can get called for shooting through people if you are shooting too high. So you got to get those low shots, otherwise it can be.
When we saw her, she went with kind of the sidearm
Yeah,
shot,
you
just
have to
exactly like you said. So that makes it 6-0. Quinn McLaughlin is now taking the draw at midfield. We have not really heard much from her tonight. Christian Brothers hasn't scored yet either. Kate Hooper picks that one up. Senior.
Oh, that's good interception.
Here come the Falcons. Good defense there for Bella Vista. Maisie Hess.
That was, yeah.
Heidi Koenig has the ball. And she's going to get one from the 8. Or from the outside. That's the 12, right?
Yeah, they're on the 12 right now, yeah. Although it is hard to tell with so many different lines on this field.
You've got the soccer lines, the football lines, the lacrosse lines, and the field hockey lines.
Yeah.
Here's McLaughlin. Had a nice night against Folsom. Among those that found the back of the net 10 times for Christian Brothers. Broncos forcing him out. Looked like a deflected pass there. Perkins. Elise Webster, number 13. That should be a familiar name, even around here at Bella Vista. Bella Vista Lacrosse. Her dad is Dave Webster, longtime teacher and original founder of the program here before he went on to coach at Christian Brothers, while still teaching at Bella Vista, and then retired just after the last season. He's going to be honored at halftime as part of the 20th year celebration tonight. Here's Paige Hackman. Julia Thomas will just kind of hold. About 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Zia Martin. Had a chance on Friday. I was out here talking with her and Julia Thomas before practice. And she was quick to point out her green shoes because she knows that that I call out people when they have snazzy looking shoes. Hackman out front. Another opportunity for the Broncos. Danny Janeway is going to get an opportunity here at the 12. And the Broncos will work the attack. Presley Rocker Hooper. Martin. Martin in front. Martin with a shot. Saved Thielen. Broncos pick it back up with Presley Rocker Hooper. And a foul, and this one's going to go the other way. Christian Brothers able to break free.
Oh, ball down.
Nice defense, and that's the work of Julia Thomas. Sounds like, I guess she must have stepped out of bounds. I don't think the ball went out of bounds. So Koenig will bring it in for Christian Brothers. Again, right place at the right time for the Broncos. Janeway being guarded by Abby Wigglesworth. Here's Presley Rocker Hooper. Two Hoopers on this team. They're not related.
I was going to ask you, so I'm glad you answered that for me.
Morgan, Azia Martin. Here's Juan. Now they'll just bring it back out. Regan Silvers. Broncos again can take their time as they've jumped out to a big lead here early on. 6-0. Bella Vista. Martin picks up the loose ball behind the net. Will play from the X. Martin is in front, closed off. Now Paige Hackman. Silvers. Hackman out front. Falcons trying to close her off, and she draws the foul. Paige is going to get another opportunity here. You might hear in the background some disagreeing with the call. Thielen with another save.
Oh,
Loose
that's
ball.
an unfortunate drop pass. Oh. Goalie's got their back, though.
Broncos still have a chance to take this one, and Janeway's got it. Now Juan. Juan cuts inside. And she is fouled attacking from just the right of the goal. So Juan from the 8-meter line. She'll take the shot. Save Thielen.
Oh, nice. Save that
Kick,
one.
save, and a beaut. Here's Perkins. Right in front of the Bella Vista bench. Broncos are going to try and pick this one up. Sometimes it's just really hard, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it can be very hard, yes, especially when there's a lot of players bunching together.
McLaughlin picks the ball up as the buzzer sounds, or the siren sounds, if you will. We have reached halftime here at Bella Vista High School. And again, all Broncos tonight. and in a very impressive first half for Bella Vista, working off of the momentum that they had after the win the other night, Monday night at Wood Creek. Could this be Bella Vista's year?
It's looking really good for them. I'm excited to see how the season progresses, but it seems to be that they have some excellent synergy and so many strong players. It's looking really good. We haven't really, I mean, I know we keep talking about who's been scoring, but on the defense, there has been a lot of really good action with Paige Martin and Maisie Hess. They've really been doing great.
Well, we want to welcome you into the palatial broadcast facilities here.
Yes.
That's Rachel
So nice.
McKissick. I'm George Tharlson. Happy to have you with us here for Bella Vista Lacrosse, the season premiere, if you will, of Bella Vista Lacrosse here at on BV Live Sports. 6 goals for the Broncos to get this one started. 2 from Olivia Silva and 2 from Regan Silvers. 1 each for Paige Hackman and Julia Thomas. So Olivia Silva, she had just 3 goals last year, so she's almost equaled her entire goal total from a year ago. Maybe she can get 1 more and do that all tonight. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. I guess it's going to be a great year for her. She's really stepping it up now that she's a senior.
And other than that, it's the usual suspects: Silvers, Thomas, and Paige Hackman. So, you know, the Broncos, we were talking about it, just dominating play.
Absolutely.
A couple of times late there in the second quarter, Christian Brothers is moving the ball finally into the attack zone. It's like, boy, we haven't been on this. I haven't been looking that way very much.
No.
We can credit Bella Vista's defense for that. You mentioned that Bella Vista just seems more aggressive tonight.
They do, and so much of good defense in lacrosse is played by your attack players and your middies. It's stopping the ball well before it gets close to your goal. So I think that we've seen maybe even more great defensive plays, not by the defenders tonight. And that's not because the defense isn't playing well. They're playing really well. They're just, the ball's not getting down to them as frequently.
I am curious, though, too, and actually I'll bring you this question in just a second.
Sure.
But right now we have halftime festivities going on recognizing 20 years of lacrosse here at Bella Vista High School. We are going to join public address announcer Chris Silvers with more.
We honor the visionaries, the pioneers, and the relentless advocates who made it all possible. Let's begin by recognizing the dedication and advocacy that laid the foundation for this incredible journey. Please welcome Athletic Director Becky Stewart. A.D. Stewart, it was your tireless legwork and unwavering commitment that ensured Bella Vista Lacrosse would be added to the CIF. Your efforts opened the doors and created opportunities for countless athletes. In addition to her unfailing support, Becky Stewart was our athletic director at Bella Vista from 2003 to 2008 and oversaw the Field of Dreams project, a remarkable public-private partnership that brought us this stadium and other fields used by Bronco Athletics. Let's give a big round of applause to our past and our present athletic director, Becky Stewart. Every team needs a coach. Let's take a moment to recognize someone whose dedication and vision laid the foundation for lacrosse in the Fair Oaks community. The team's very first coach and the founder of BV Lacrosse, Coach Dave Webster. It all began when BV students in his English class discovered his lacrosse background and asked him to help them form a lacrosse club. Jumping at the chance to grow the sport he loved, Dave stepped up as an advisor and coach, and ultimately guided both the girls and boys programs into the CIF, leading, of course, with the girls in the 2004-05 season. His passion for lacrosse didn't just inspire the players, it motivated the parents of that first BV team to establish the Fair Oaks Lacrosse Organization, where Coach Dave served as both a board member and coaching coordinator. Thanks to his efforts, this youth program took off and continues to offer lacrosse opportunities for boys and girls from 2nd to 8th grade. Even after retiring from BV in 2023, after 24 years teaching, Coach Dave's impact lives on, both in the classroom and on the field. Coach Dave, your passion, leadership, and unwavering support set the standard for what BV Lacrosse would become. Your legacy is woven into the very fabric of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a well-deserved round of applause to Coach Dave Webster for his tremendous contributions. Now we'd like to recognize the person who started it all, the original heart and soul of the BV Lacrosse team, Soliana Habdi. As the founding athlete, Soliana was the driving force behind creating the club team that preceded the CIF team. Her relentless advocacy, determination, and belief in equity for all women in sports inspires us all. She was a champion for girls lacrosse with the Booster Club and PTA. She worked tirelessly with the staff and parents to find coaches. She created and initially even coached the team on a shoestring budget. Her sheer belief and unwavering commitment made this team a reality. Let's give a strong standing ovation to Soliana, for the true pioneer of BV Lacrosse. And finally, we're fortunate to have a few of the original players from the club and the first CIF team in attendance tonight to celebrate with us. Can I ask that the original players please stand? Look behind you. Thank you for joining us. Bronco fans, give these amazing women a big round of applause. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this milestone, let us remember the spirit of determination, teamwork, and passion that has brought us into this season. To all the players, coaches, and supporters who have been part of this incredible journey, thank you for making BV Lacrosse what it is today. Here's to the next 20 years of success and growth. Go Broncos!
All right, and it looks like now that some of those former players might be coming by to shake hands with the likes of Dave Webster and Becky Stewart, and I see Scott Hackman down there as well, and current players too. Very nice celebration there, and very nice recognition. I can tell you, having worked with Becky Stewart this year, she's first year back as the athletic director. She's tireless in what she does, and she was the athletic director here when lacrosse started back in 2024.
I really appreciate, even though I did not live here at that time, I'm originally from Utah, and that's where I started in high school and playing lacrosse. But I was so pleased when we moved here a few years ago that we had the FOB Lacrosse League here, and I know that it started from them, and I'm just so excited that my children have been able to play on that league and that was here for them when we moved here.
Are we going to possibly be seeing some McKissicks on BV Live Sports in the future?
I think so, yeah. I have a 13-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old daughter who are currently playing, so they're in the pipeline.
Fantastic. And you even got a shout out from one of them
One
on
of my kids.
on the Facebook chat or the YouTube chat here as we go along. Hey, want to remind you that we have the home opener for the boys. In fact, I'm actually waving to David Houseworth right now. He will be where Rachel is right now on Friday night as we get ready to bring you boys lacrosse as the Broncos take on the Blue Devils of Davis. During basketball season, I called them Duke at one point because that's the most notable Blue Devils program. But the Blue Devils of Davis will be here on Friday night. It will be their second game. They played last night. And the Bronco boys, they will get started with it'll be their season opener right here at the stadium. 7:15 is our start time on Friday night. 7:05 the coverage. We'll have it for you right here on BV Live Sports. So It is definitely that time of year. You couldn't ask for a better night. Very calm,
Absolutely.
and
The weather is beautiful.
we've had some crazy weather nights in the past. So, so the players are getting ready to come back out onto the field.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we'll see a change in momentum in the second half.
Oh, thank you for the read on it. It sounded great. It looked great. It was good.
And the siren sounds telling us it's time to get action back underway once again. 12 minutes on the clock for the third quarter. So if you're Bella Vista, pardon me, you want to keep the momentum going. If you're Scott Hackman, what do you tell them at halftime going in with a 6-0 lead?
Well, I would remind them to be confident, to just continue doing what they're doing and continuing to be unselfish with the ball and not let up the pressure.
Broncos have been very successful off the draw this evening. And
Yes, they have.
And they win another one. Julia weaves her way in, and she is going to draw a foul. You know, in basketball, we often talk about who you don't want to put on the free throw line. I don't think this is who you want to have taking this shot if you're the opponent. Waiting for the whistle. Thomas, in, shot, score! That's another one for Julia. Second of the game, 8th of the season. She had 6 the other night.
So she might just be getting started.
We'll see if maybe more opportunities come her way tonight.
Yeah.
As I recall, she had 2 games last year where she got 8. And I think that tied, at least in recent memory, I had dropped the name earlier of Mateo Polanco, who for 4 years started on the boys program before graduating last year. He's over at Dominican now playing lacrosse. But I think he did that a few times as well, but I have not found a record of anybody doing more than that in a game. Boys or girls. Here's Hackman.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to call fouls in lacrosse. The rules are so nuanced. The defense cannot initiate a touch with the offense that begins with the stick. The stick cannot be the first thing to touch them. But if they run into you, that is okay. If the offense initiates the contact between you and the defender, you can also have first initial contact using your body, but not your stick. It's just very nuanced. It's hard to see. It's hard to control.
Broncos working from behind. Regan Silver scores!
Oh, beautiful.
It looked like Thielen may have gotten a stick on that one, but then it just trickled behind her and across the line. Regan Silvers with the hat trick. And the Broncos are now up 8-0.
Well, it doesn't look like the momentum is shifting.
Julia Thomas is going to take this draw against Perkins. Broncos win another one. Julia did all the work there. And is she going to be able to finish? Brings it behind the net. Christian Brothers forced her to the outside. Thomas rolls her way back in. And Thielen may have gotten a stick on that, or she may have gotten help. The goalkeeper's best friend is the piping.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like that one hit the goalposts.
Julia's going to stop and tie her shoe before taking another shot from the same spot that she just scored from moments ago. Julia!
Bronco goal, number 30, Julia Thomas.
She gets the hat trick as well.
It was interesting. She used a different strategy on that shot. She got it off immediately. On the previous one, she took her time. She went fast, but she took her time to get close enough to get a close shot. And so, tricking that goalie. Making him think.
That time she just took one step and said,
Yep.
I'm not messing around here.
Yeah, and that can be a really great strategy because it doesn't give the defenders any time to get in your way.
Speaking of the YouTube comments, members of her family, her siblings, are both watching.
Oh.
Joe played lacrosse 4 years here at Bella Vista as well. He graduated as last year as well, along with Mateo Polanco, Kyler Simpson, kid named Nick Tharlson.
It's nice to have those family legacies. I started playing because of my older brother.
Here's Paige. She'll take a shot, Paige Hackman. Broncos are still going to control that. And Nick, my son, is actually helping out as a coach on this year's team.
Oh, that's great.
For the boys. He played 2 years here at BV. Here's Silvers. Silver's being closed off. Good defense there by Christian Brothers. Cassie Dugan running the interference. Ball on the shot out of bounds. Presley Rocker Hooper was closest. And so the Broncos keep possession. Here's Juan. Seen a lot of playing time tonight. And that will go over to Christian Brothers. There's McLaughlin. Very quiet night for Quinn McLaughlin. She's being forced back towards her own goal. Presley Rocker Hooper with the defense. Now Janeway picks her up. Boy, they're not letting her get by. Look at that Bella Vista defense.
They're really holding her back.
McLaughlin really had to work to get this run down the sidelines. Hackman with the defense now. And the pass goes behind the net and out of bounds.
And even just the fact that they are keeping her to the sidelines is a huge win for the defense. So a lot less you can make happen when you're forced to the side.
Elsie Ballard, the goalie.
Yeah, this is an unusual situation.
Wigglesworth has got the defense. Right near the sideline. You got to make sure that you don't lose that. Some good defense by Castagnola, trying to force the turnover, but here come the Broncos. Loose ball again, close on the sideline. Perkins has a big collision there.
Reagan Silvers just came out.
Falcons on the move. Chloe Chapman. Gabby Palomadesi. Called her name a lot in the game last year. This is the first time we've actually mentioned her name tonight. She's going to get a shot here, an opportunity from the 12-meter line. Waiting for the whistle. It's Koenig. This ball in front of the net here. And a mass of humanity.
Yes. I cannot see where that ball is now.
Looks like it's going to be another opportunity for Christian Brothers.
Yeah, this time a little closer, so she has a better chance.
There's the shot.
And
And Christian Brothers is on the board.
Falcon goal.
I believe that might be Elise Webster that got that one.
oh, well, this is a big night for her family, right?
Yes.
I guess we can be happy for it then. That was a great shot.
So Christian Brothers is on the board, 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Broncos win another draw. This is Paige Hackman on the move. Annie Janeway. Isabella Hardman, number 4. There's Zia Martin behind the net. Morgan. Morgan picks it back up.
Yeah, quick recovery.
And
Oh.
drew the whistle. And they're going to say that's Christian Brothers' ball. So Thielen will seek assistance. Chapman. And the ball is going to roll out of bounds and stay with Bella Vista. Here's Hardman. Kelly Olson, number 10, seeing some action right now. Did I just see a yellow card? Yeah. Coming off is Maria Hinton. She is going to spend 2 minutes. I saw the official signal 2. So she'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty area. So La Vista will play a man up. Here's Kelly Olson. It's like black and yellow shoes. On goal and a whistle as she was separated from the ball. Looks like she's going to. It looks like we're going to do this all over again. So what a start for Bella Vista tonight. That is a better angle this time for Olsen. On goal, takes the shot, scores!
Yeah, that did work out in her favor. It is a lot easier to get it from the closer to the center.
13 goals and 4 assists for Kelly Olsen last year as a sophomore on the JV squad. 21 Well, that doesn't add up. 13 goals and 4 assists, 37 shots on goal last year.
So this her first year in the varsity team?
Yes.
Oh, she's looking great.
Early, seeing some action here in the third quarter. Got her opportunities. And gets the 10th goal of the game for Bella Vista. Julia Thomas along with Regan Silvers each have 3. You know, Olivia Silva wants to get another one to equal them. Zia Martin's down there. And that's Dugan that comes up with it. Christian Brothers just trying to get it out of their own zone. Thielen with it. Marilyn Morgan's right there.
Yeah, they are having a hard time getting it up the field. See, like I was saying earlier, so much of the good defense happens by the offensive players and the middies.
One of the things, and we're hoping to have Scott Hackman join us a post-game interview. I'm going to ask him about the defense and how they just really just shut Christian Brothers down tonight. Loose ball, Broncos come up with it. The aforementioned Olivia Silva. 2 goals tonight.
All right, we're getting some fast movement, breakaway.
CB on the move here. Again, Broncos kind of force the attack to the outside. In front, that's Paula Medesi that was looking for the opportunity. Paula Medesi, by the way, 24 goals last year. And so far tonight, Christian Brothers just the one, and that's Elise Webster. Here's McLaughlin. And the Falcons score. That may have been Paula Medesi. Second goal of the game for Christian Brothers with just under 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So it was 4-0 at the end of the first, 6-0 at halftime. We're looking at 10-2 at the end of the third quarter. So the Broncos are gradually increasing their lead as we go. Hackman to take the draw for Bella Vista. Sarah Schmidt for Christian Brothers. Broncos win it again.
Yeah, that was a beautiful draw.
There goes Julia. And the siren sounds. You could hear him counting it down as well, but that one goes to no shot there as we come to the end of the third quarter here at Bella Vista High School. And Christian Brothers now is on the board, but the Broncos have still increased their lead. Rachel, they're still putting distance between themselves and Christian Brothers.
Absolutely. They are still dominating and doing such a great job keeping them from moving the ball up the field. So.
And really, I mean, we could talk about Julia Thomas with 3 goals and Regan Silvers with 3 goals and Olivia Silva with 2 and a few others with 1 each. But that's really not the story. Yeah, they've scored 10 goals, but the story is their defense.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. I think that they have, and everyone on the team playing defense, being ready in the right position, getting those interceptions, grabbing the ball off when it falls to the ground faster than their opponent. I mean, that makes all of the difference.
One of the things that I'm now very interested in finding out is when they play Vista del Lago.
Yes.
Because we know that they're battling. The preseason consensus is that they're battling Christian Brothers and Wood Creek for that second automatic bid. So far, they've beaten Wood Creek. They've got an 8-goal lead against Christian Brothers. So at least early on, against those two teams for that automatic bid, they've got the upper hand right now.
They definitely do.
So, and obviously the focus is who they're going to play next. And then they have 2 games next week. But speaking of Vista del Lago, look at that. That is our next broadcast for the girls on Wednesday, March 12th. So that actually answers the question.
Yes, you're going to know soon enough how
we
they compare.
So the next Bella Vista home game for the girls will be against the Eagles of Vista del Lago. That will be on Wednesday, March 12th, 7:05 broadcast time, 7:15 start. So we are going to get a look at Vista del Lago early on. That's going to be a huge test, and especially if the Broncos continue to play like they have in the first 2 games this week. Fourth quarter set to get underway. Christian Brothers looking to have an epic fourth quarter. And the Broncos are looking to prevent that. Paige Hackman back to the center circle now for the draw. Perkins will take the draw for Christian Brothers. And Paige Hackman wins another draw and winds up in possession. Here's Silvers. Right out in front,
Beautiful.
Julia Thomas. Nice passing by Bella Vista. There's a shot and a score.
I mean, as a coach, that is exactly what you want to see. Just beautiful momentum, perfect passing, everyone getting in the right position, open, one right after the other. It's beautiful.
Danny Janeway, by the way, 16 goals last year. That is her first tonight and her first of the season. And the Broncos continue to pour it on, which is what you want to do. You're playing one of the best teams around. You've got the upper hand tonight. There's no need to let up. Koenig on Paige Hackman. There's Janeway, just scored the goal a moment ago. Weaving her way through traffic. Presley Rocker Hooper from the outside. She's out in front, and she scores!
I've always been a big fan of rolling the crease like that, coming from behind, getting in the right position and scoring. It's just so fun to do as a player, to come through, to score that way.
15 goals last year for Presley Rocker Hooper. That's her second of the season, as she had one in the win over Wood Creek on Monday. It is 12-2. Broncos back to a 10-goal lead.
I think they're also doing a good job of using a variety of strategies to get to the goal, coming from different angles, different positions.
So go to Bella Vista. Here's Silvers. Janeway. Get a whistle. It's going to go the other way. That away from the ball?
I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Well, it doesn't really matter. The Broncos come up with a loose ball.
Yes, they do.
Here's Julia Thomas. Another shot and another score for Julia Thomas.
Just right in that sweet spot. Just
Fourth of the
inside.
game for Julia Thomas, 10th of the season. Picking up where she left off last year.
And she's just a sophomore? Is that correct?
Just a sophomore.
Wow. She's so good.
We heard that Christian Brothers was going to triple team her tonight.
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
very
well,
often.
and if they have, it hasn't been working. 4 goals.
I think the problem is we have too many good players. You can't spare them to triple team.
Here's Silvers once again. Well, yeah, I mean, if you triple team Thomas, then Silvers is open. Paige Hackman's open. We've seen what Olivia Silva and Danny Janeway can do. Here's Julia again. She's right out in front. Save Thielen.
And that was a left-handed shot. I'm pretty sure she's right-handed, so that was a great non-dominant attempt.
Maddie Bunsey, number 22, picked up the ball on that after the shot. Here's Presley Rocker Hooper. Silvers. She gets an opening and right into the she just kind of turned away and kind of crunched it down a little bit to avoid any and all contact. 8.5 to go in the ball game. Here's Silvers. Right out in front. Nice save by either Thielen or the goalpost.
Yeah, it looked like the post to me, but could have been either.
She was close, if not.
Yeah, she was right
but
there.
kind of the way it ricocheted, it did look like that must have been off the pipe. Here's Juan. Hooper. Silva once again. 2 goals in that first quarter. CB with possession now. That is Cassie Dugan.
Yeah, they are
Just relentless.
really, they're putting so much pressure on her.
And you mentioned the offensive players playing defense. Julia Thomas right up there as well. Allie Bosler, first action tonight, at least that we've seen. Christian Brothers getting some others in the game. Abby Wigglesworth, we've seen her a little bit tonight. McLaughlin. Out front. And she does find the scorebook.
She found the spot.
Gwen McLaughlin, her first goal tonight, 67 last year. 80 total points. And as we mentioned, 8 goals against Bella Vista in 2 games. You notice no clock stoppage after the goal. I believe we are in a running clock with the 10-goal advantage. Which I was not expecting tonight.
No, given the history, it's surprising.
Julia Thomas taking the draw here. And breaking news, Bella Vista wins another one. They've got to be upwards of 90% on the draws tonight.
I know, I should have been keeping track. They definitely lost one in the first quarter, but I think you're right. Almost everyone has gone their way.
Here's Julia. It's Kelly Olson who's on the score tally sheet. Morgan. Loose ball. Kate Hooper trying to get that one.
Yeah, they're having a hard time.
Christian Brothers comes up with this one.
And Brothers, just once they get the ball, they just have to get moving so quickly before Bella Vista collapses on them. They're there before they start playing hard defense on them.
Again, Broncos forcing them outside. That's Schmidt in front. Loose ball. There's Koenig. Koenig on Hardman. Maisie Hess had a chance at it. Loose ball. Here's Kate Hooper. Had it for a second. Oh, Falcons in control once again. McLaughlin has one goal tonight. Whistle, and she may get an opportunity here from the 12. No, actually, no, it's not.
No, farther out.
And it looks like a score. McLaughlin again?
Yes.
Like Story
No,
Wharton.
I'm something.
No, they did not
They did
call
not
a goal.
call it a goal.
Story Wharton, by the way, is in goal now for Bella Vista. McLaughlin's going to try again. Steps in. Save, Story Wharton.
Wow, beautiful save.
Story got in some playing time in the fourth quarter of Monday's win over Wood Creek as well. Played mostly for the JV team last year, but was rather impressive in a handful of starts on varsity when Elsie Ballard wasn't available. We got a break and play, and now back out to the top, and it looks like CB's going to take possession here from the 12-meter line. This is Schmidt. She'll take the shot, and it winds up comfortably in the netting of Story Wharton's lacrosse stick. Broncos on the move. Zia Martin was there. Now Morgan picks it up. She's going to be immediately double teamed. That is Jillian Bunsey in number 11. I recognize the red helmet. Cooper comes up with it, and now we're going to get a whistle, and this will go over to Christian Brothers. 1:45 to go in the home opener for the Bella Vista Broncos. It's been a very successful night.
Christian Brothers is not giving up.
Here's Koenig. Still hear the calling for the defense to pick it up.
Ooh.
There's McLaughlin who takes the shot. It's in the net, but the whistle came first. So no continuation, in case you're wondering. So McLaughlin will get the shot from the 8-meter line. Comes in. And she scores.
Yep. This is a nice fake on that shot.
Second goal of the game for Quinn McLaughlin. It looks like they do stop the clock now because it's a 9-goal deficit, so the running clock is not in play now. Kate Hooper's going to take the draw for Bella Vista. Boy, the pressure's on her, considering how well they've done on the draws here. Success for Kate Hooper.
Oh,
No, I
nope.
guess not.
Spoke a little too soon.
Almost had that.
Yeah, that's really excellent running defense.
Paula Medesi with 26 seconds to go. Paula Medesi winds up on the ground. She'll take it from the right side. A yellow card. A little aggressiveness there for, well, Bella Vista's been aggressive all night.
Yes, I agree. They have been
Probably a little too much there. 25 seconds to go. Paula Medesi to the X. Looks to loop her way around. She wants some action. And she gets it. So a goal for Gabby Paula Medesi, her second of the game. And that brings us to 13-5 with 16.8 seconds to go. Kate's going to take another draw here. Again, good experience for the players taking on some roles with the score what it is that normally they don't see. You never know later on in the year when they might need Kate to take more of these. So this is a good opportunity for her. Christian Brothers wins that one again. This is Perkins. She'll send it off, and McLaughlin finds the net again. Hat trick for Quinn McLaughlin.
They're getting in a groove, but perhaps they're probably a bit too late in the game. But still, nice to get some points on the board. Pad their stats a little bit.
7 seconds to go. Loose one, and the Broncos win this one. And the time expires on the 20th anniversary celebration for Bella Vista Lacrosse. The Bella Vista Broncos answer the call and dot the exclamation point tonight with a 13-6 win over the Falcons of Christian Brothers. A very impressive, a dominant performance by the Bella Vista Broncos tonight. So you got a chance to see this Lady Bronco team in person. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts are that they are so good, and it's so fun to see the game played at this level. I watched them practice in the rain a few months ago. It was just really, really pouring. And I could see as they just kept on playing, even though it was so wet, that they had grit, and you saw it today on the field.
You can see the handshake going on right now. And there are a bunch of Broncos that are going to be sleeping very well tonight.
Absolutely.
They are going to go home. They've got to be really excited about how this turned out and how well things went. It started early and it just continued.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling good about themselves. And it's looking like it's going to be a really great season.
So when you have a win over a team that maybe not everybody expected you to beat early on in the season, there's going to be more games, obviously, coming up. They're back in action next week. They've got 2 road games next week. What do you do in getting them ready for those next games now? Yes, you beat Wood Creek. You beat Christian Brothers. Those are the teams you're fighting with for that automatic bid. Yeah. But don't rest on the laurels, I guess, is
Yeah,
what you want to say.
absolutely. I think definitely you want to focus on them building up their confidence, and reminding themselves of how well they did, but also of where they want to be. Pointing that the marker is still at the end of the season, and to keep putting in their 100% each time that they are on the field.
All right. Well, looks like we are lined up here with head coach Scott Hackman of the Bella Vista Broncos and a victorious head coach with a 13-6 win. Coach,
amazing, right?
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, appreciate you up in the booth. Let me see if I can see you. Oh, yeah, I see you out there. Hey, guys.
Hey, there you go, Scott. So let's talk about this one. Goals early on, and then it just continued.
Yeah, absolutely. Our midi line of Julia, Paige, and Regan definitely set the tone early. And that's what we talked about in practice. They did a fantastic job just keeping up. This Christian Brothers team, especially number 10 that you see out there, and the coaching staff do a really great job. We knew they would come out hard, and we wanted to get up on them quick, and we did. Yeah, I'm going to read some of these goals. I mean, Julia definitely had 4 goals. Regan had 3. Paige had 1 and 5 draw controls. So our midi line did great. Kate stepped in there. Danny stepped in there. Liv stepped in there. Everybody played great on midi line. Izzy Hardman got some run at midi line. New player this year. Happy to have her. So, yeah, our middies controlled everything. And then we ran some offensive sets, too. It was wonderful.
One of the things that we noticed, that there's a couple of things, one of which was the draw controls. You had to be like 90% tonight. I mean, you were winning those things right and left.
Absolutely. That's what we work on in practice a lot. I mean, Coach Carlin knows the draw really well. Coach Aaron knows the draw really well, but really we do a lot of draw control practice or draw practice to get ready for games like this, because Christian Brothers does the same thing. They're the ones that love winning the draw, keeping the ball on possession and scoring. We did that today, and I'm proud of the girls for it.
And then your defense, just absolutely relentless. Christian Brothers had a real difficult time controlling their zone throughout the course of the game tonight.
Yes, I mean, defense wins, right? So we got Sadie on defense, we got Paige Martin on defense, we got Jilly playing defense, and then our Casey and Mia, they play really well together. So I love playing both of them at the same time. They slide, their slide packages are great, and Maisie played good defense. Just to name a few, we knew Christian Brothers was going to come out and try some crease roll work, and we practiced that, and I believe the girls really stepped up on defense, as you said. I don't know all the stats, and of course our leaders of that defense, LC Ballard, simply dominant in cage. Story got to play because of it. Fourth quarter, really stepped up and made a couple saves too. Proud of the girls.
All right, well, this is a big one tonight, Scott. I know that we talked before the game, and Wood Creek and Christian Brothers are the two teams that you're fighting with for that. What will you consider the prognostications, I guess, are for that second wild card spot? We know Vista Del Lago is the favorite to win the league.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But here you've got those other two teams that you're expected to battle with for that position. You got wins over both of them.
Yeah.
And pretty dominant performances.
Yeah, I mean, when we were evaluating the schedule, we knew this first week would be brutal, and it has been. I mean, the two, like you said, we're battling with Wood Creek and Christian Brothers and others. You never know who else is going to step up and try to take that second spot of a guaranteed spot at the playoffs. You know, there's going to be at large too, but we're going for that second spot. And the girl, it's a tough week. It's a really tough thing to start, but we got both of them out of the way, and now we're on to Whitney on Friday.
All right. Well, best of luck to you at Whitney on Friday. And I know you've got some action next week as well. And we will be seeing you back here against Vista Del Lago on March 12th.
Appreciate you, Rachel. Appreciate you, George. You guys are the best. Thanks for the people in the booth. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks, everybody. Go BV.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it. Congratulations. That's Scott Hackman, the head coach of the Bella Vista Broncos girls program. And speaking of people that are going to sleep well tonight, he's one of them.
Yes, absolutely.
What's your thought as a coach when you've just pulled off that big win?
Oh, I always my thoughts are mostly with my girls, my team, I just think about each of their little victories, and it makes me so happy to see them pull off the things that they're trying to pull off, improve in the ways that they want to improve. That is the most fun for me.
All right, so it's on to Whitney for the Lady Broncos, and then all eyes, of course, focuses on Whitney first,
Yep.
and a couple of games next week. Don't be looking ahead to that Vista Del Lago game on the 12th, but we can.
Yeah, I was going to say we can.
That's going to be really, really fun out here, especially if this continues for Bella Vista. If they continue to put it together like this, and maybe they'll be 5-0 when they come into that game. That would really be something special.
Yeah.
Getting ready to take on the favorite to win the league.
I think they can do it and keep this momentum going.
All right. Well, Rachel, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
I hope you
Thanks
had
for
fun.
inviting me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
So, all right. Thank you also for joining us here tonight. Quite a win for the Bella Vista Broncos as they take care of business tonight over Christian Brothers. We didn't expect a dominant performance, but they put it together. 13-5 is the final. The Broncos win this one tonight, and they will take on Whitney on Friday. Our next broadcast, we'll have the boys' season opener against Davis this Friday night. We'll be on the air at 7:05 for a 7:15 start, and our next girls' broadcast will be on Wednesday, March 12th. The league favorites, the number one team, the projected number one team in the league, Vista Del Lago, a team, again, that Bella Vista had their difficulties with last year. That is going to be a really good early test for the Lady Broncos. The 2-0 Lady Broncos, and 2-0 in league, I might add. That'll be a big test for them as well on March 12th. That's 2 weeks from tonight. We will see you back here for Bella Vista Girls Lacrosse here on BV Live Sports. Thanks to our crew. Our producer is Julie Tharlson, camera operator Marlo Mosier. For Rachel McKissick, I'm George Tharlson. Have a great night, everyone, and we will talk to you on Friday night.